Right. We'll see how this goes. Right, this is a little video. I've been doing a bit of homework on this of lately. And Val Martin, the farmer with cows. I'm a farmer myself, but I don't have cows. I have a wealthy wife. That's how we get by. Now, he touched on this about these ads on YouTube. They're a fucking pain in the neck. They keep coming up. So I decided to do a little bit of research, and I bought a few bits and pieces. They're all a scam, an absolute scam. I'll start here with one. This laser gizmo. They advertise, you see them clipping branches off trees and all that kind of shit. And this is what you get when it comes. A laser pointer. That's all it fucking does. Does absolutely nothing else but that. I don't know if there's a battery in it now or not. Something I should check before I started this crack. That's all it is. Ain't going to burn you. You can do what you like with it. You can make it around, do anything. It's a bright enough laser. Does it throw 5 kilometers at night outside? You're lucky if it shows 15 meters. A total scam. Overpriced scam. Doesn't do anything like they say. So that's one item for the bin. Okay, it's only, look, kids or maybe a school teacher pointing at a board or some fucking thing like that. It'll be an overpriced. Another major scam that comes up, these so-called heaters. Oh, they run on nothing. They're absolutely worthless. Don't even think of it. I have an office in the house. It's about 12 foot by maybe 6 foot. It's small. It has a radiator in there, and I tried it there. Wouldn't even heat that place. It could be on for hours. They are an absolute no-no. So that's one. That's the second one. Okay, now for the real dodo in the pack is this one. They advertise this as a laser welder. And they'll even replace it if anything goes wrong with it within 10 years. Right, what does it say here? I know that fucking thing is zooming in right. It just says solder gun, external heat. And that's all it is, a plastic. It won't fucking weld or do jack. The fitting goes on the back there, and you put your reel of solder on it. It's just a soldering gun. I tried it soldering, because I do quite a lot of soldering, because I'm usually messing with electronics. Even for that, it's a disaster. So when you see that one, that's all you get. I know I see somebody else has put that up on YouTube as well. It's a YouTube scam. And part of that scam is that you get sick and tired of this kind of crap, and that you will sign up to pay whatever it is per month to avoid these adverts, to go ad free. Now here is another dodo. These are supposed to there's an app goes on your phone, and they'll translate languages. Now there's a right and a left. The right one never even worked. The app doesn't work. The left one will work just to listen to music or something. But it won't work as the normal kind of Bluetooth that we use when we're driving, and that was stuck in our ear. I forget what they were, 40 odd, maybe 50 odd euro. They were pricey. They don't work. The app doesn't work. Again, advertised on YouTube. An absolute, don't even think about it. Well, while I'm on that one, I have another yoke that I got. This one is on Temu. Now, it'll work as a normal Bluetooth, and it will. There is an app, and the app works, but you only have the one. The idea of the two is if you're talking to somebody who only has, let's say, German, they wear one, you wear the other one, and they're supposed to translate between. Now this one, it'll do French, it'll do German, it'll do Spanish. I haven't checked Portuguese. It only lists about 7 languages, mainly European languages, but that one works. I think that one was that was the cheapest one that was there. How was it? It was around 14 or 15 euro. That's on Temu. Generally, I get a lot of stuff off those, and I have never, and any time I've had an issue, they have sorted it. I had other things. What the hell else have I? But that's just a sample of some of the stuff. I have other stuff that is dodgy as well. So anything you see advertised on YouTube, walk away. Don't even try and skip it if you can. That is, I have a few more bits and pieces around there that were just forget it. Though that particular translator thing, the app doesn't even work. It's a disaster. So I have other stuff coming, but I know it's going to be no, they don't work. But that in particular is a disaster. That is a total rip-off. It doesn't do anything like the advert shows. Nothing. It's just a laser pointer. Now, that and that is not even a decent solder gun. I've tried it. Getting onto those two companies, emailing them, no response. None whatsoever. Same with this crowd. I only tried this crowd once with an email. No response. So the heater thing, yeah, they'll hot air come out with, but it's nothing like the advert says. It wouldn't even dry your hands for you. Just forget it. And that's another bloody scam. Right, so that's it. As I say, the farmer with cows mentioned it, and I think I put it on the comments that this was something I was doing. What have I spent on those? I've spent a few pounds on those, that's for sure. They were pricey. They were pricey because you went into the ad and you saw one, but these were supposed to be far superior. Oh. Yeah, superior me arse. Right, here's something that just came in the post today. These are supposed to be the dog's main energy when it comes to glasses. Don't always wear glasses myself anyhow. They tell us we can use them for reading and then still look up and watch the television. Yeah, probably for reading. Okay, I can see the DRO. There's no hope in hell I can read the DRO over there. I can't even see the lead clearly. I bought these thinking, now advertised again on YouTube. Should have known better, but I said they were worth a try, just for this exercise as well. No, anything beyond, what, 6 feet? I look over the other side of the workshop. Yeah, I can see things, but there's a big fucking but. Even the LEDs here on the DRO, geez, you're nearly seeing double. They're not clear. To read something, possibly that distance would be okay for reading, but nah. So if you're reading here on the TVs through the distance of the door there, yeah, you'd see it, but they're not all plasticky. The glass doesn't feel like glass. So again, it's supposed to be some high-tech shit. Trusted answer to all your questions. They are kind of, but not. I know going to opticians, they're costly. Mine are very focal. And of course I have to get 2 pairs. Because as a pilot you have to have your spare pair with you, just in case something happens to these. For what they advertise and glorify them for, not quite there. I don't know, even say, if you're starting to have problems reading, I know you can get cheap yolks in the chemist shops and places like that. They would be better than these, I think. I don't know. Once you get to that stage with the eyesight, go to an optician and get a proper job done. I wouldn't go playing around with those kind of things. They just arrived. I've done the video earlier on, and I've said I would edit it this evening, sometime or this afternoon. Then my postman arrives, and they were in the post. They're probably okay just for reading, but as for reading something here, which I can do with these, then look over there, but I don't really lift my head much. I just view up through the glass. You get used to vari-focus. After a while, you just know what distance you're looking, what you need to see. So I would definitely put them down. They're not what they're advertised for. It might be all right just to read a newspaper or something like that up close. What your eyes would be like after a while, I wouldn't be confident with them. Simple as that. Okay, I'll stick that onto because I haven't edited the original video yet. Okay.